Salford City Radio, with all the very latest local, national and international news.
Good morning everyone and welcome to the Chapel Street Business Group show on Salford City Radio. This morning's guest is Michael Collins, the creator of the world's biggest homepage. You know how it works, Michael's chosen the music and we start this morning with The Verve. You're listening to a Chapel Street Business Group show on Salford City Radio. This morning's guest is Michael Collins. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, John.
Are you well?
I'm really well, thank you.
Good, good. You're here to talk about the world's biggest homepage, and can we start with what gave you the idea for it, or maybe even an explanation of what it is as well?
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm a technician at the University of Salford, but that's my day job, which I love. But I've always been a garden shed inventor, always looking for the next big idea. And I was looking around for an idea to make some money on a website, to make a business. And seeing the success of the $1 million homepage that was so big a while ago, and I hope we put a pound in the swear box every time we mention the $1 million homepage today, I thought of doing something along those lines, and I was looking into computer-generated photo mosaics. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where you have a big picture, when you zoom in, it's made up of thousands of smaller pictures, which are perfect pictures. So I was thinking about that, and I came up with the idea of, imagine if you zoomed in on a picture, and each small picture was somebody else's homepage website. And I thought, what a good idea. So then it was the next easy step was just to put a link on that to their website and maybe a little advert. And I thought, I've definitely got something here. And that's what set me off on the idea.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we've got plenty more questions for you. I look forward to finding out much more, but we'll listen to a bit more music first. And this is The Smiths. You're listening to the Chapel Street Business Group show on Salford City Radio. This morning's guest is Michael. Michael, you're telling us about the world's biggest homepage. What sites are already on there?
Well, it's not been really released yet. This is my first foray into getting out to the public. But already there's about 40 sites gone on there. Paul O'Carroll, who was on your show last week with his finger shield device and security devices, he's actually on there. There's Ruth Badger, TV's Apprentice series star, in my opinion. Madeline.com, keeping us, our eyes open for Madeline. We can't imagine what those people are going through. There's one IraqiAssociation.org, which puts Islam in a positive light, which is not often done too much these days. The Savvy Partnership is someone you might know. A guy who works on here, he's on there.
Absolutely. I think Helen's been on the show before
absolutely.
As well, yeah.
And also, do you know Kusal? I think he's doing a workshop.
He does
financial help. He's on there. So it's just like Chapel Street's finest being brought to life. Someone's put. I don't put these on, by the way. These are people who've come to me, and put their websites on. There's a Manchester United Supporters Trust. Dyson.co is on there. There's actually a site that sells skirts for men. Now, not in a sexual way, just as a fashion icon, which is really interesting. In the way that a kilt is or a sarong. Right. So there's nothing wrong there. And if you're looking for a genuine designer handbag, there's lovehandbags.co.uk, which is a couple I know actually. And what they do is they buy and sell designer handbags, but the difference is they will see if they're genuine, they're real experts on it. Right. So they will tell you if it's a genuine bag or not. When you see the prices that these things go for, it's you want to know that you're not buying a cheap copy from Turkey, which is what my girlfriend got for Christmas.
You do want to make sure it's a genuine one, don't you? Yeah.
There's vegetarian sites, human rights, and a few people have put their links to their Facebook sites. A couple of guys have got photography fan pages, and they've linked to it, which I thought was quite innovative. I never thought of that. And there's loads more joining up all the time, so it's going to be really interesting seeing what sites join up next, because, like you, I've got no idea who's going to appear on there next.
Yeah, especially if, as you say, this is the first time you've started publicising it. To get people like that involved already is great, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's a case of it will take off if people visit it. If people visit it, people want to be on it. And if people want to be on it, people will visit it. So I've just got to get it out there, get people to know about it. And if it catches the public's imagination, it will definitely go worldwide.
Fantastic. And I suppose at this point you should tell us how people can get to the website.
Yeah, the website is www.worldsbiggesthomepage.com.
Brilliant, and as always there will of course be a link from the Chapel Street Business Group website, which is www.chapelstreet.org, and of course you can follow a link from salfordcityradio.org to the Business Group site as well. We'll listen to another record now. This is Massive Attack. You're listening to the Chapel Street Business Group show on Salford City Radio. This morning's guest is Michael. Michael, you've been telling us about the world's biggest homepage, but can you tell us why should people pay to be on that website then?
Well, the $1 million homepage, and there's the pound in the box, has actually become a part of internet history, and Alex too, a millionaire. Now, I don't expect to become a millionaire from this, believe me, but his site was getting about 300,000 hits a day. So that's a lot of people looking at your websites, and that's why people wanted to be on it. So that's exactly what I want to do, is if people are looking at your site, that's obviously a good thing. You can also be the featured site of the day, where I will concentrate on your site and just basically do an advert about it, get you on there and tell the people about it if you've got any special offers on and things like that. I've set a large part aside for charitable and worthy causes. So if you've got any charitable or worthy causes, maybe if you contact me, your site could be on there for nothing. And all revenue it brings in, I will be donating 5% directly to cancer research, which is a charity that's close to my heart. I've got a lot of feeling with that particular charity.
Right, so all the money's not going into your pocket. A lot of it is going to good causes, and 5% you said to cancer.
Yeah, 5% will go directly there of all the money that's taken in. I do think for a company that's in the public eye, you need to have a social conscience. And that's kind of my little bit towards addressing that.
You should have one anyway, regardless, shouldn't you?
Well, I think it's absolutely necessary today. It's something you need.
It is indeed. Okay, brilliant. Well, we'll listen to another Smiths record, and then we've got another question for you after this. You've been listening to the Chapel Street Business Group show on Salford City Radio. This morning's guest has been Michael Collins, the creator of the world's biggest homepage. Michael, before you do go, can you tell us, do you have any advice for budding inventors?
Absolutely. I mean, the first thing I say is, do you really want to do this after the experiences I've had? But I think being an inventor is something you don't choose to do. It's something that's in you, like being a painter or anything else. So I'd like to ask you a question to start this off. Is who do you think is most likely to make money from your invention, if you have an invention? Would it be A, you as the inventor, B, the company that produces your invention, or is it C, the patent attorney is writing your patent application? Because my experience has definitely been C. If you take your idea into a patent attorney, he's going to tell you it's a great thing and let's do it. And I think I want to make people aware that there's other alternatives to a patent application. Don't go jumping in like I did. I sold my car to get my first patent and it wasn't worth the paper it was written on. I'm not saying all patent attorneys are out to fleece you. All I'm saying is, they're there to make money. They're a company. So take it easy what you say. And I was also, I'd have to say, a bit fleeced really by a patent attorney. I took my idea in for my headboards that did really well, and after a while he pushed the documents away. He said, basically, this is too big for me to handle. You need to speak to a corporate lawyer, to which my reply was, what's a corporate lawyer? So he just set up a meeting. I went around to Manchester and spoke to a corporate lawyer for about an hour and a half. Walked away feeling great, the future's rosy, and then received a bill for £2,500.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So be careful who you speak to and what's out there. There's loads of advice out there. If anyone wants to contact me with the slight knowledge I've got, they can find me on the world's biggest homepage, and I'd be happy to advise.
Brilliant. And before you do go, tell us the web address again.
Right, it's www.worldsbiggesthomepage.com.
Fantastic. And as I said before, there will of course be a link from the Chapel Street Business Group website as well, which is www.chapelstreet.org. Thanks very much for coming in, Michael.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Good. That's it from us for today, but of course we'll be back the same time next week, and make sure you stay tuned for Jean Blaney, who's up next.
Don't let